Take a breath. Oh, wow. I do hate myself. Whenever I blame myself, there's a flavor of self-hate with it.
So letting go of people is a little bit different in my experience as well. And I think it comes from lack of self-love.
To master self-love, in my experience, I had to stop hating myself. And that automatically equals self-love. Somebody may say, what? You hate yourself? Are you crazy? Why do you hate yourself? Listen, slow down, tune in. You may notice that you hate yourself sometimes. And that is what is preventing the self-love. If there was no self-hate, automatically there would be self-love everywhere. The reason why people are talking about self-love this, self-love that, all you need is some self-love, take care of yourself. This is a problem because there's an underlying self-hate, but it's not sexy to say stop hating yourself.
Mm.
Nobody
Are
says
you,
it because it's not that sexy.
hold on, are you talking about the negative self-talk?
Yes.
The inner voice that keeps telling yourself like, stupid, who fucking says that? Like, read that? Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man. That's not an easy one to let go of.
Right. If an inner voice is telling you, who do you think you are? You're stupid. Does this voice love you? Not really.
Absolutely not.
So what is it doing? It's hating you.
Mhm.
It sounds harsh. Like nobody wants to admit it. I refuse to admit it. The second I discovered it, I refused to admit it immediately. I was reading a book about trauma and it triggered a trauma that happened to me in the past. And it taught me that I blame myself when situations go wrong in an unreasonable way. I tend to blame myself without noticing. And that self-blame has a ripple effect on my relationships. It's hard for me to express myself. It's hard for me to be assertive. That was like 3 a.m. I was reading this book. I woke up and I was alert. I was like, let me read. And I read this book and like I got triggered. I was like, wow, I blame myself. Interesting. That's a new realization. And I was like, let me go back to bed, catch some sleep before I go to work. Went back to bed, and as I'm drowsy, like 5 minutes into sleep, I heard a voice, a kind voice, told me, pause, by the way, stop hating yourself too. And my conscious mind, my ego was like, what? I don't hate myself. Come on, man. I love myself. Put my head back on the pillow and try to sleep. Take a breath. I was like, oh, wow. I do hate myself. Whenever I blame myself, there's a flavor of self-hate with it. It's like, gosh, what am I going to do about this? So I went back to sleep, and the next day and for the coming week, I just reminded myself whenever I felt off, I was like, Haas, whatever happens, just don't hate yourself. Don't hate yourself. One step at a time. Just try not to hate yourself, whatever happens. So that's one thing I wanted to mention that
Are you talking about the negative self-hate? Hold on. Negative, let me rephrase that.